Welcome back to State of the Nation. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has challenged members of the 9th Senate to deploy every legislative instrument to urgently start and conclude work on the electoral framework in good time ahead of the 2023 general elections. The Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who made the appeal while presenting a certificate of return to 100 senators-elect in Abuja, expressed happiness over the return of the majority of the members of the 8th Assembly. The spokesperson of the House of Representatives, though, Abdulrazak Namdas, joins us from our Abuja studios. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us at this time. What's your assessment of the performance of the 8th Assembly in view of what it should do immediately it's constituted, hitting the ground running?
Thank you, Gimba. The 8th House of Representatives has actually done so much. In the last 3.5 years, this House has been able to pass more bills compared to the 7th, 6th, 5th, and any other assembly combined. And however, right now that we have finished elections, there are issues that are coming up, especially the issue of the Electoral Act. There's this feeling that if the Electoral Act had been signed earlier, we probably would have witnessed one or two things. But the executive felt that it came close to elections, so that Electoral Act was not signed. Now that we have 3 months before the end of our tenure in the 8th Assembly, we are hopeful that we will still revisit the issue of the Electoral Act and see how we can be able to work on it again and ensure that hopefully the president will also sign it. Although we are constrained with time, because if you even pass the Electoral Act, the president has a luxury of about 1 month before it signs. Now, however, some of us, luckily enough, have won election, are coming back and will be part of the 9th Assembly. If we are not able to finish that because of time constraint, I can assure you we will, together with new people that will be coming, who will come with their new ideas, we will be able to work on the Electoral Act to ensure that it is signed at the right time and early enough to ensure that it is being put to use in some of the elections that are coming or in the 2023 elections.
So now the point of concern, one very important element that the 8th National Assembly has yet to finalize on is the Petroleum Industry Bill. That's the PIB, even though it has made appreciable successes in streamlining the PIGB, that's the Petroleum Industry Governance Bill. But when it is constituted, the 9th National Assembly, how important is the PIB going to be on the scale of preference for them?
I want you to know that the PIB bill is a product of the National Assembly, and it didn't come from the executive. It wasn't an executive bill. It is a private member bill that came forth. It was our initiative, considering the fact that we know how important the PIB bill is. And you know, the oil sector is the area where we have our hope on, and the entire country revenue is expected to. So we are working on that. Unfortunately, you know, the PIG bill is divided into 3. We have the physical, we have the host community bill, we have the governance bill. I think on the governance bill, the executive returned it, and both the House and the Senate, to my knowledge, is that they've been able to reconcile, and hopefully it should be on its way to the executive or the president's table for assent. And it is the host community that has not been finalized. But I can tell you that we will do all within our powers to ensure that within this period, this thing is represented to the executive. Because once it is tackled, we will be able to handle this issue of the oil sector very well. And that will help in terms of generation of revenue, reduction of conflicts with host community and what have you.
I'm wondering what's the greatest challenge you have moving from the 8th National Assembly to the 9th National Assembly. What are the greatest challenge do you see as one that will require your most urgent attention as quickly as you reconvene?
For one, the major issue at hand is the appropriation bill. Let us know for sure that appropriation bill is one of the most important things, and we must ensure that the tenure of the 8th Assembly, as I said, is coming to an end on the 9th of June. We have to pass this bill, the budget, before probably early part of May, for the president to be able to assent to, so that the new members that are coming, Nigeria must start working. So it's a very great thing. We must be seen to be working together. There will be no partisanship here. Both APC members, PDP, and any other party in that house must dissolve to ensure that we have been elected. We made promises to a lot of electorate that we will come and serve them. So this is the time. Now elections are over. Fortunately, in the House of Representatives, we have already done, is now ready for committee to committee works. We will invite head of ministries and parastatals to come and defend the budget and see how we will do. I think this is the most important thing that, as far as this place, the challenge is. And then the minimum wage bill, that is also something that we should take very seriously and finish it on time. Nigeria should be happy with us. And finally, we will work towards having good leadership of the Ninth Assembly, and it starts now.
Speaking about leadership, as it stands now, is the APC having the upper hand? Do you have more members as it was in the 8th National Assembly? Do you have more members now such that you're able to pass very quickly some of those resolutions and amendments as being expected? Thank
you so much. Let me tell you that both in the House of Representatives and the Senate, we enjoyed a very comfortable majority, and enough for us to produce our leaders in the National Assembly, particularly in the House of Representatives, without much hiccup. But leadership is not a straight-jacketed matter. Members of the opposition we have to consult with them, because anytime you want to pass critical bills, anytime you want to work together, you must be able to satisfy every group. But for us, we didn't win election, as I always say, as independent candidates. We contested election under the platform political party. We will have our consultations with leadership of our parties, particularly the APC, on the ways to move forward. But when we do that, we will be talking to the majority of the members who have the right to vote, because you can only lead your fellow colleagues. And therefore, I think if we have not consulted widely among our colleagues, then we could also have problems. But once we are on the same page with the party and ourselves and our caucuses, and wherever the party zones the leadership to, and then I think we will be able to work together. It is our desire that this time around we should be working in good tandem with the executive without having issues. We need to have dividends of democracy, and that can only be obtained when we are on the same page, Gimba.
How do you intend to approach the issue of constituency projects, especially in some instances where it has been recorded that some of the lawmakers fell short of doing exactly what those funds were meant to achieve?
Well, I want to tell you that most of the lawmakers have been able to do creditably well. Gimba, for example, let me give you an example myself. If not for the constituency projects and that I've been able to attract, I'm not sure I will have been back here. But my people have confidence in me and they decided to re-elect me based on what we have been able to do. And several of our colleagues have actually done so. I think I would like the media to also help explain to Nigerians that these constituency projects are actually very important. There are certain communities, Gimba, that they don't have ordinary water. But I think the thinking of people is that once you have this constituency project, members just eat it and divert the money. I think that is not true, because it is given to agencies, monies are given to contractors. You always supervise to ensure that it is done. And we will continue to do more on that.
I must thank you so much indeed for talking to us. Abdulrazak Namdas, the spokesperson of the National House of Representatives, for talking to us here on State of the Nation. And to you as well for being part of the show. Thanks so much indeed for watching. We'll see you next week for a fresh update. I'm Gimba Umar. This is State of the Nation. Bye for now.